Today we're going to be building this butcher block tabletop, and I'm going to tell you why this table is my favorite table. It goes back to my Pepaw. Some people call it Granddad, but I call it Pepaw. So stay tuned to the end, we'll tell you about this table. All right, guys, this table, it's an old table. It's looks like was put together mainly with plywood. The legs might be solid wood. I don't know what kind of wood it is. Looks like it's been painted before. But when I grew up, this table was in our house. It's the table that sometimes we ate at as kids, but not really. We usually ate at the main table. But so it was just in our house. But it's a table my granddaddy built, and so this table is very sentimental to me. I haven't cleaned it up in a while, but I have kept it around. And you know, most things that our granddaddies, or you know, most things that our granddaddies made, or if you had a good granddaddy, was probably sentimental to you. And mine especially. We lived in a house with my granddaddy, my grandmother, and my daddy, and my brother lived there. And things like that he did, that he made, were very sentimental to me because of him as a man. He's a type of granddaddy that loved us. He always told us how much he loved us. And when I have things that he made or that he had, those things are very sentimental to me. Like I got an old truck that was his. It's an old blue truck, and it's not running right now, but I still keep it around, and hopefully one day I can get it running. I got that old knife, old butcher block knife that I made that was his, that I redid. I refinished. I got a video on that. There's an old bush hog that I thought was somebody else's till the other day. I was talking to my daddy, and he said, "No, that was your Papa's bush hog," and I was going to give it away until he told me that, and I said, well, I'm going to have to get it fixed now. So things like that he would basically say, my papa would, if he was alive, would probably say it was junk. Hey, it's torn up, throw it away. For me, it becomes something that's sentimental. So, you know, when you have, you know, when I look at the stats of this channel, we have a lot of people that are over 60 that watch this channel, and I thought the other day, well, maybe I need to start trying to do videos to target the younger crowd. But then I thought, well, you know, me growing up with my grandparents, I'm basically a generation behind. I relate more to the 60-year-old than I do even to the younger crowd, probably because that's kind of the generation that I saw. We didn't have air conditioner in my house till I was 10 years old. Now I'm only 45 years old, and you know, we didn't have air conditioner until I was 10 years old. So living like that, growing up in a kind of a generation behind, I kind of relate more to that age group of people than I do to even my own age group, probably. But so one thing I was thinking about the other day is the memories that I had with my granddaddy, and that how much I would pay to have those in video form. If I had him talking or in video form, or could listen to his voice, that would be worth so much. So if you got grandkids, which, you know, I'm not old enough to have grandkids now, but if you got grandkids and you want, you know, and you have a good relationship with them, make some videos of yourself talking and you know, maybe some life lessons, and give it to them when you get older, because they'll cherish those memories for life. Like I said, if I had one video, or I do have one video of a family reunion where he's in it. He's not talking much. I can barely hear his voice in it, but it's something that I cherish because of the respect I had for him as a man. You know, everything we do, everything we cut, every piece of tree we cut, every piece of lumber we cut was on land that he bought. He did it all. He bought it all. Him and his brother, they came here from the city. They said they basically were the first homesteaders. They didn't have running water, and it was back in 1929 when there was right after the year after the Great Depression, which, you know, I guess it would have been during the Great Depression. It was the year after the Great Depression hit, and you know, I don't know that they even knew there was a depression. They were always poor, so they didn't really have any. They didn't know what the Great Depression was, I guess. It was just always depression for them, but they weren't depressed. They were just didn't have much money, but they had a lot of love. And you know, when you think about that, and you think about your grandkids, this next generation's a little different. They don't have as much family love as you grew up with. If you're above 60, they don't know the things you know. So share some of that wisdom with them. Maybe even make a little table for them that they'll keep. And for me, you know, it's those type of things. If I find a pocket knife in the yard, it's junk. It was junk to my papa. But for him, for me, it's something I cherish. Like this barn. There's a barn here that I built, and maybe I'll show you it in a future video. But it used to be a barn here that my granddaddy had, and you know, it got too bad and I had to tear it down. But I put a new one right in its spot. And he would have said, if it's old, tear it down. But for me, I cherish those old things, those old memories. So cherish the old memories and share them with your grandchildren, and you be the granddaddy that child, that grandchild thinks about when he's cherishing in those old memories. Be that good granddaddy.